Welcome to Seaway Whisky Wire. Are you looking to kickstart your whiskey journey or just trying to get into the wild world of Scotch whiskeys? Stick around. I got 5 bottles you're going to want to try. Stay tuned. Welcome to Seaway Whisky Wire. I'm Tyler, and tonight I thought I'd change things up a little bit and present my first top 5 list. What we're going to start off with is really something that I think is great for beginners or just somebody who's looking to jumpstart their whiskey journey by getting into some great scotches. And I've applied a couple of rules to make sure that I'm not giving you guys too much stuff that's too out there or unattainable or just you can't get it. So what I've done is I've applied the rules of which I'm calling the 3 A's. So is it available, meaning that it's readily available? You should be able to find this in most liquor stores in your area. Is it affordable? I'm trying to keep things under $80 just to make it more accessible to you guys. And thirdly, is it approachable? Meaning that we're going to be looking at some expressions that don't really dial up that alcohol and complexity tune. We're going to be looking at mainly 40% expressions to 43% expressions. And that, again, just really for the budding enthusiast to get their chops wet and get into things. So I'm applying those rules to this list, and I hope you'll enjoy it. So stick around. We're going to take a look at it right now. So starting things off with my number 1 whiskey that I would definitely recommend to any beginner starting into Scotch whiskey is Monkey Shoulder. What is Monkey Shoulder? Well, it's a very, very good single malt blend. I know that sounds a little crazy. You're used to hearing things with like blended whiskeys or single malts. This is a single malt blend. I mean, there's no grain whiskey in this. It's actually a pretty neat story altogether. So the Monkey Shoulder aspect of it is like an occupational injury that people used to get in the olden days from manually turning the barley in the malting houses. So that's what it's named after, or it gets its namesake from. On the bottle, you'll see there's 3 tails of a monkey there. That represents 3 Speyside distilleries that contribute to it. So you get these nice kind of notes of bourbon and sherry influences and a little bit of smoke in there as well. But great place to start. And it comes into my area at around $60. So you can't go wrong with Monkey Shoulder. Again, it's not a single malt, it's a single malt blend. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing it, and the price reflects it. But at $60, it is a great place to start. On to number 2. Probably the second or third bottle I ever purchased, but it was a great way to kind of kickstart me into the world of bourbon and have a subtle sherry influence there, and that is the Glenfiddich 12-year-old. It's a great classic designed bottle, looks great on the shelf. It comes in with some pretty substantial specs at 40% ABV, but don't let it fool you. It is flavorful, very sweet. You get some hints of fresh apples on there, even a bit of pineapple if you're lucky in there. And it is a dram to share with friends and to get you started. And again, ex-bourbon, ex-Amoroso sherry cask matured, very much delightful. Yeah, there's color added. Yeah, it's chill filtered. Yeah, it's 40%, but it's a dram worth trying out for sure. Comes in around $78 in my area. Number 3, the dram I'm actually having tonight is a great one there from the folks at Glenmorangie, and this is the Glenmorangie 10-year-old. Just gonna have a little sip here and give you a quick little breath into it. Yeah, very light, very fruity, very lemony, citrusy, great flavors for that. Very easy sipping. Comes in at 40% ABV, ex-bourbon cask matured, and it is a very, very delightful, easy whiskey. It's got enough legs to it, enough complexity to kind of keep you looking and digging in there, but it's not going to break the bank. It's not going to keep you thinking as far as the complexity is concerned. Comes in at $76 in my area, and it is one of those good starting drams. Very balanced, just like the Glenfiddich. All around great whiskey to get started off with. Number 4 on the list coming in is the Jura 12-year-old. I'm mixing it up a little bit. I'm going to give you guys an island region. Everything else we've done has been Speyside so far. And the reason I wanted to give you this island region scotch to get you started in, number 1, it's got a little bit of peat in it. So you're going to have that peat influence. Number 2, bourbon and sherry cask maturation process. You're going to get that sweet, and you're going to get those vanilla notes, and you're going to get all of that apple and honey that goes with it. The 12-year-old age statement is a step up from the 10. And it's going to get you a little bit more complexity, but honestly, for value, pound for pound, dollar for dollar, you really can't buy a better island style whiskey. I would compare it as a kind of an entry level almost to the Highland Park 12-year-old, which, you know, up in my area it's around $100. You're gonna get this Jura 12 coming in at around $75, and at that price, I gotta recommend it. Last but certainly not least, number 5, we're heading up to the Isles of Islay. We're gonna go get some peat on us here. We're gonna get those coastal notes, and what am I gonna recommend in that area? Good entry level at 40% ABV is the Bowmore 12-year-old. Really great whiskey. Not gonna break the bank, obviously. It comes in around $75, but you get those peat notes. It's sherry cask matured. You're gonna get that nice, sweet, smoky, savory, complex notes on there, but just enough to keep you into it. I recommend this for anybody who's looking to get into peated whiskey as a starting point. But you know what? If you're in the market and you want to kind of jump right into Islay with both feet, I would say go ahead. It's not overly smoky. It's not gonna smash you like a hard bag. It's not gonna hit you like a Lefroy. It's not gonna come up with that left hook in a Lagavulin, but it's gonna give you enough peat to get you started on your journey. And again, it comes in around $75 in my area. So that's where I would stand there. Would I recommend one over the other? Personally, I'm an Islay guy. I'm going to go probably for the Bowmore 12. But I would honestly, if you're coming in just new to the game, I would start with the Monkey Shoulder. You can't go wrong with the Monkey Shoulder. 43% ABV, $60 and under. Sometimes I've seen it very low, even around $55. And it just gives you that kind of well-rounded notes of Speyside. You're going to get that honey. You're going to get those apples. You're going to get that vanilla from the bourbon cask, those oak tannins. And at a 43% ABV, it's going to be just up there enough to kind of help you. You can add water to it, and you can really use this as a stepping stone into some more complex whiskeys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe down below. Give me some comments. What are your whiskeys that you started your journey with? I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, we're going to keep trying to bring you these videos on a weekly basis. We'd love to see you guys watching the videos. And yeah, we'll see how this goes as far as some content is concerned. Anyways, all the best to you. Slàinte. We'll see you around next time.